Well, hello there, this is Tamru from the Tamcast, and excuse my mic, first of all, what I might say, because there's something weird going on with my sound and everything, because I just switched to a new computer, so for those of you watching, you're going to have to put up with a really bad mic and bad mic quality, just for a while, though. I'm going to get a new one soon. So, anyways, this game is going to be Slayer's Heart in the bottom left corner, red Terran right here, versus the blue Protoss, which is going to be Huck. So, most of the people know Huck. Huck's, I think, number 7 ranked right now, which is really good. He's one of the best players out there. Canadian, makes him even better. And Slayer's Heart, he's on the Slayer's team, he's with Boxer, he's a good friend of his, and he's learned from the best. So, Heart is actually a very, very good player. I think this is ladder too, I'm not sure, but I heard this was a ladder game. So, yeah, that's just about it. I'll also take this time to say I am going to be doing Saturday Night Smash now that I have my new computer and live stream and everything up. So, if you want to sign up for that, there's going to be a link in the bottom. What Saturday Night Smash is it's just a basic, very, very basic tournament, you know, just to get your name out and everything, and it's small. And also, we're going to be trying to do a little bit of a prize pool kind of thing, and eventually maybe even come up with an invitational or do something like that. But, you know, that's in the far future, so a little too early to be thinking about that. But yeah, if you want to join, there's going to be a link in the bottom of this YouTube video. So everything looks pretty standard right now. Huck getting his gas up, getting that first gateway up, and he's getting a pylon out over here in the corner, which is probably pretty good for, you know, just anti-cheese, because everyone cheeses nowadays. But it's pretty good placement. Also, if say he was to get bunkered in or something would happen, he can always just warp in units right around here, so that is actually going to go to his advantage. It's good pylon placement. Because most people, you know, they say, oh, put a pylon here, right here, and it doesn't really work that way, you know? It doesn't work out well. So we see over here on Hart's side, he's getting a initial tech lab up on that barracks, just got his wall finished, and he got the orbital command down, getting his gas. Everything looks pretty standard. Comes in here to scout, and wow, early cybernetics core up for warp gates, getting out stalkers, just totally skipping zealots, which is I don't know. I think personally on my side, what I've seen from Protoss, because I'm a Zerg player, and what I see from Protoss is that when you have a hefty ball of zealots and stalkers, and you know, depending on what they go, mortals or colossus, it's such like a heavy impact to just have those zealots there, because they intimidate the Zerg. You know, you push in and you see the zealots jump up. It's kind of hard to deal with that as a Zerg. So it's just weird placement. Oh my gosh, and it's an early Robo Bay. That's what he was using that pylon over in the corner for. So we see an early Robo Bay going down, only one gateway right now, barely getting up his second gate. Wow. And the Stalker's going to come around here, and the Scouting SCV is going to see it run. And then the Reaper, oh, he went for quick Reapers with that tech lab. Now he's getting Marauders and Marines out. He's getting his second command center already and his second barracks. And you see that Reaper coming around right now. This Reaper is going to be able to see the Robo Bay too if he goes the right way, so that will be really bad on Huck's part. It looks like he's just moving around, though. He needs to see that quick. The Stalker's going to be taking down that SCV. No SCV. And he comes in here. He's going to see the Robo Bay, which is terrible. So now he's got a complete vision of his base, which is really good. Terran players need to do that much more. I mean, yeah, a lot of people think I'll use a Reaper for harass, you know, but they're more than just harass. As you can see, he just pretty much saved himself right there from a total cheese. So a lot of people just need to learn how to use Reapers more generally instead of just, you know, a harass. So now he's getting up his expansion. I do not know what he's going to do with that Roboway now that's been scouted. He's just going to get knobs up. He only has 2 warp gates out right now, and that OBS is going to be going straight to his base, I believe. You got 2 reactor and a tech lab coming up here, and more barracks. Looks like he's going to go heavy Marine and Marauder. Pretty standard build right now, getting his natural expansion, just about at the same time that the Protoss player is getting his up. So he's got his stalkers out. Good control of the map from HuK. HuK's making sure he knows every little piece of the map. He's not letting one thing slide. He even has a probe with some gold minerals here. It's kind of odd. But anyways, so he's got this observer here. This observer is going to help a lot. It's going to allow him to see anything that's going up right now. It's going to, you know, it's basically going to give him a pre-warning to when he can attack and when he shouldn't attack. And let's look at the production tab right now. Nothing really special going on. Combat shield, stim pack, all the simple stuff. And we got an immortal coming out on HuK's side. I don't know why you'd need immortals yet, but looks like he's going immortals, which is not a bad decision. Typically, you want Colossus for a bio army, but he makes his choices, and you can't really, you know, change what he decides. He's gonna go in here with these stalkers. Only takes out one SCV, almost three, and now these Marines and Marauders gonna be pushing up. Good shields going down, and these two zealots. Like I said, those zealots are they just like scare the crap out of you. So he only has 2 people left in his army right now. He's getting pushed back. Those are really good force fields by the sentries, and this pylon's going to allow him to just reinforce right here. So he's just gonna stay enforced right here and hold his enemy down. 2 base versus 2 base going out really well right now. Everything's working perfectly for him. The only thing I'm kind of confused about is he's only 2 gate right now, and it's, you know, he's spending all his money on immortals, but immortals don't seem very necessary. I mean, he has no tech or mech or anything, so I don't see why he made that decision. But good force fields going down, trapping half the army. Those zealots going in, they focus fire on the zealots. Bad decision getting taken out. But what else can you do? I mean, they're zealots. Trapping in 2 marauders here. Poor marauders. That was a really good fight on HuK's side. HuK is just annihilating Heart right now. But I have to give props to Heart because his build is very good, and he's doing very well. And we're seeing a ghost coming out here. Probably really good for the EMP. That might get him out of the ditch right now. Here's the Ghost Academy. Nothing special going on, but yeah. His army is a pretty good ball right now. He's got those 4 sentries. Those 4 sentries are going to help a lot. And he's got the Immortal, which, I don't know. I mean, it's such an early Immortal. It's helping him, but in the long run, you know, you can get early tech. But as the game comes closer to a late game or mid-game, and you don't have that, you know, that stable build of units, then they're just going to outmass you, and it's going to be completely useless no matter how many immortals you get or how many whatever you get, you know? So, I don't know. I mean, I see how it could be a quick decision, but that could also possibly lose the game for him. So we'll see how that goes on. And he's going to be destroying the rocks for 1 expansion, destroying the rocks for the gold as well. So, looks like that is probably going to give him a bit of an advantage. I hope he goes for the gold first. Building pylons around, trying to be very safe. This is really good pylon placement. Oh, I cannot explain to you how good this pylon placement is. Going right around, no one can, like, you know, do anything about it. No one can harass a Protoss player that's good at pylon placement. And we see a little army going down here. His observer is going to give him a little early look at the attack, so now he knows what to do. Gets a scan down, letting his army in. See this right now. The ghosts are going to go in. The ghosts getting EMP down. Oh man, those good force fields going down, taking him out. The zealots moving up. The zealots getting taken out first. The immortals going down, focus firing. Here comes the first Colossus, finally. That Colossus starting to do work on those Marines, and he's going to pull back with only Marauders. That was a really bad engagement. Those EMPs did not help whatsoever. Well, they kind of helped, but they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And that's just really bad luck for him right now. But he is going to be getting, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. HuK is going to be getting his 3rd expansion, which is going to put him way far ahead. So he's really going to need to do something. Right? He's going to need to grab his gold or something like this. He has lifted his factory off. We see a starport with 2 medevacs coming out. Very standard build. And nothing too out of the ordinary right now. He's going for his 3rd command center finally. He has his lifted factory, just to keep surveillance, kind of a giant obs. And it looks like Huck's gonna try to keep these positions down. If he can keep these positions and get the gold, he can pretty much outmass the other player and completely beat him right now. That's what he really needs to do. We see Zealot legs coming up, which is really good for him. Got all the ground weapons, 2 more gateways. That's finally what he needs to get back in this game. That's going to be huge for him now that he has all these gateways up. It's just going to be huge because, you know, like, oh wow, actually he has 3 gates, 4 gates, wow. So coming up to this late game, Huck is just really well prepared. He had the perfect balance between micro, macro, and harassment. He knew what to get and when to get, and that's really helping him right now. So, he's trying not to show his army size, but still take out that whole pylon. Now he's going to be going for his gold expansion. This gold expansion is going to be huge. If he can possibly hold off this gold expansion, then that will, yep, he's going to go straight for it. That gold expansion will allow him to win this game. That will be the one thing that wins him this game. So if he can get that done, then he'll be good. And now we see him moving into the gold, looking around for the army. He scans, he sees it's not there. Whole army plotted in the back of this base. He's ready for an attack. He's got a giant ball of zealots. Those zealots are going to be huge help, huge help. It's a really well grouped army. And now you see him coming in the front. These 2 armies are just huge, huge. Let's look at the army side. Oh, and we see a nuke coming out. Wow, I can't believe I didn't realize that. We have a nuke coming out for Heart. So a little nuke in the middle of here. I mean, nukes, I'm pretty sure, will just completely annihilate the whole army, you know, if they're well placed. Or even annihilate a whole mineral line, you know. Psionic Storm coming up. Oh, Psionic Storm's going to be big against a full bio army. Colossus and Psionic Storm, the 2 things that just rip apart a Terran army. Just completely tear apart an army. So everything looks really standard right now. Just waiting for an attack. I'm going to go to the unit tab. Or, excuse me, not the unit tab. Oh! It's going to come in a huge army. Zealots charging in. They're going to be taking out the stims. That's a bad time to stim with all the zealots there. Takes out all the zealots. Those Colossus are going to start doing work. The Vikings going in on the Colossus. And those Vikings need to be focus fired, but they're not being focus fired. And those Colossus are going to have to fall back or they're going to get killed. More Stalkers coming in to take out the rest of the Marauders. The Marauders are getting knocked down. He's not going to have you much. Oh my gosh, he's not going to have enough to take this, is he? Those Stalkers trying to take out as many Vikings as they can, but they can't do anything. He might lose this base right now. He's going to use his probes to try to fight off. He takes out one of those ghosts. Another Colossus coming in trying to help, but those Vikings are going to scout it down and take it. And now these probes are going to take out the rest of the Marauders with a little group of Stalkers right behind them to help. These Stalkers look like they're going to take out just a small remnant of the